Burn them all!
Where's my sister?
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Game of Thrones A Song of Ice and Fire question of the day. And today we're going to talk about the Mad King. Hey guys, it's Chris and welcome back to Smokescreen for the question of the day. But before we jump into it, I want to quickly mention audibletrial.com. If you're interested in audiobooks, reading the books, or rereading the books, feel free to head over to audibletrial.com/smokescreen and get a free 30-day trial and one free book of your choice. It's a great way to read or reread A Song of Ice and Fire, which I highly suggest you do. So again, head over to audibletrial.com/smokescreen for a free 30-day trial and a free audiobook of your choice. So anyway, let's jump right into it. We have a question today from KJ, and KJ writes, Chris, I love your stuff. Do you think Bran or Bloodraven influenced the Mad King? Did he actually hear something and only repeat burn them all? Or did he have a mind break like Hodor? So first off, KJ, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Glad you guys enjoy. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying these short, sweet, damn near daily videos. So KJ, I do agree. I think that it was Bloodraven, and I'll get into that in just a second. But first, let's talk about the Mad King and the possibility of him just going mad on his own. First of all, this was a known Targaryen thing. It actually became a joke in the Seven Kingdoms when a Targaryen was born. The gods simply flipped a coin to whether they were going to be a good statesman or an insane ruler. But a lot of people don't realize, if you hadn't read the books, that the Mad King was actually a pretty good guy, especially when he first took over the throne. The realm was actually pretty damn prosperous and peaceful. The problem started to come in when he started to get jealous of Tywin Lannister. Tywin Lannister was his hand to the king for about 20 years, so the Mad King and Tywin were really close for a long time, but people started to whisper, and the Mad King heard about these whispers, that Tywin was the one really running the realm, etc. And then what happened, and what really broke Aerys down and changed him forever, was what was called the Defiance of Duskendale. Now, in short, Duskendale was a little trading post near King's Landing at Blackwater Bay, and they started refusing to pay their taxes because they had applied for a certain status that Tywin Lannister had actually denied. They had been a prosperous port city for a long time and started kind of going downhill right there at Blackwater Bay at King's Landing. So their lord, Dennis Darkland, decided, you know what, he's just not going to pay his fucking taxes. So Tywin Lannister, being the hand of the king at the time, wanted to actually march on them, but Mad King Aerys decided, you know what, I'll take care of this one myself. So essentially, King Aerys II went himself to deal with this tax issue and took one Kingsguard, but ended up being taken hostage by Lord Dennis and actually being imprisoned for what's said to be a half of a year. So Tywin, of course, the hand of the king, wanted to take care of this by marching on the castle, but they could not seize the castle because they threatened to kill Aerys if they did so. So it was decided that Sir Barristan Selmy, who was at this point part of the Kingsguard, would sneak into the castle by himself and rescue King Aerys II. And he successfully did so. He snuck in as a beggar over the castle walls at night. He freed Aerys from his cell, got a couple horses, and rode the hell up out of there. But of course, the aftermath is what changed the Mad King forever. He had essentially everyone executed, and a lot of people burned alive for the first time, and he was never the same after this incident. He became very paranoid and apparently heard a lot of whispers in his ear. And that's what made him so paranoid, thinking people were against him, thinking people want to assassinate him. And here's the thing, I do think that he would have probably went crazy anyway, because even Barristan Selmy said he always had it in him, but this really set him off. But I do think the thing about him hearing voices has something to do with Bloodraven. Now, the reason I say it's Bloodraven and not Bran is because Bloodraven probably lied to Bran, as we saw on the show, about not being able to change the past because he learned from his own damn experience. Now, of course, Bran goes back, he sees his father at the Tower of Joy, he yells out, "Father," he turns around and hears him. Now, in the books, this happened a little bit differently. This actually happened at Winterfell when Bran was in a vision there, but essentially the same thing happened. Ned turned around and he heard something, but of course he didn't see anything, and now the question is, did that always happen? So I do think Bloodraven lied to Bran, but I don't think it was malicious. I think he was trying to protect him and protect everybody else for that matter, because the past can be changed. The ink is not necessarily dry. So I do think in my head, and I don't know if we'll ever get a definitive answer for this, maybe in the books, but I do think the Mad King at least partially went crazy because Bloodraven was trying to tell him, burn them all. Of course, we got that vision in the show as well. And you could think burn them all as in burn all the people sacking the city, burn all the Lannisters, burn them all. We heard the story from Jaime to Brienne specifically, but I think there was something a little bit deeper than that when Bloodraven was trying to tell him burn them all as in the White, or if you believe my theory about the God's Eye and the Isle of Faces, where this thing may end, at least in the books, he could have been saying burn them all as in all the weirwood trees, because Bloodraven perhaps may know that the source of this magic has to be destroyed to kill the Night King. So anyway guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Was the Mad King influenced by Bloodraven? Did he whisper in his ear, burn them all, and that's what made him go crazy? Or was he actually going crazy in the first place, and Bloodraven, or Bran for that matter, had nothing to do with it whatsoever, and the Defiance of Duskendale simply helped exacerbate that issue? Anyway guys, as usual, thank you for all the support, and especially to you guys on Patreon, and a huge shout out to my executive Patreon Smokescreen producers. Thank you guys so much, I really appreciate the support, and to everyone on Patreon, and I really thank you for all the support on YouTube as well. If you dig what I do here, please give these videos a like and a share. And as usual, please subscribe to get everything, and make sure you click that notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.